everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Infinite Magicraid. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a character that I think is totally underrated. Now, I'm sure some people are like, oh yeah, she's pretty cool actually, but maybe not worth maxing out. Now, yes, there are better options in the game. There are a lot of different champions. Like I already noticed, okay, I already got Space. Of course, we get her for free. She has a speed down and a speed up. Great. That's even better. And she has the bigger versions than her. She has speed down in AoE as well, and speed up, but small versions. But that's not why I think she's great. It actually comes into her survivability and her passive skill. So when I'm looking at characters that I want to be able to use for grinding, I mean, a defense-based damage dealer, that's awesome. I mean, I'm not saying she needs to be a #1 nuker in Arena. I'm just saying, can she grind out my PvE content and stay alive? And defense-based over attack-based just makes it so much easier to build her to be tanky and stay alive and do damage. Oh, sorry, tanky to stay alive and do damage. So yes, she unfortunately needs her stats spread a little bit thin. Like she has a shield based on HP, of course. And then her damage is based on defense. But if I just focus damage, or focus survivability, HP and defense, she's going to stay alive and she's going to do a decent bit of damage. I mean, I know it has to be spread a little bit thin, but she's surprised me. So I have a couple legendaries. I've had Nid. Don't judge my builds, guys. I'm in some terrible gear. I haven't really worked on upgrading everything right now. Gunner. Are who I've had, and I had Lester. Now this is the main 4 I had, and then I was also just using whoever else I happened to have, which none of these other characters were here as I mean, this guy I just got and just put gear on. But before I even had him, before I had Space, before I had Margarita, and these 2 wonderful people I just summoned, I only had this kind of core 4 here, plus like a couple other random, epics. And I was finding, so far I was finding content grading pretty hard. I am stuck, that's the reality. But she was always the one to carry everything. She was the one to push me through higher levels of content. So I just want to showcase her in a lower level standpoint. Maybe something that's more relatable for people that are just starting playing. I'm not going to take her to A5, max her out, put perfect 6-star gear on her. I just want to see what she can do at lower levels to help you progress. And progression is the key for these type of things. And I was very pleasantly surprised to see her just be able to stay alive and solo finish off a lot of content for me. So, I mean, I could show you my gear, you're going to laugh. And also I was bad and I 6-starred, or I took some gear to level 16 that should not be level 16. So don't judge my 4 stars at level 16. I feel like it's so funny. I play all of these games, they're all the same thing, and then I always am a damn hypocrite and make the same gear mistakes, make the same leveling mistakes, even though I know I play all these games, I know. But when you start a new game, you get excited and you just want to get going. You want to max out the characters, you just want to go, go, go. So I was bad. I spread around my ascensions. She should be a 5-star ascended already, or awakened, sorry. And I spread out my gold. I have no friggin' gold because I leveled up way too many pieces of gear to level 16 that did not deserve it. So don't make those mistakes. But yeah, I don't have good crit rate on her. I don't have good crit damage. And I obviously, we have a maxed out defense. Of course, the chests are defense, main stat. And I actually have some attack in here. That's not even what I want. It's not ideal. None of this is ideal, but that's the whole point. That's why I actually want to show you guys why I like her so much. It's not even about the fact of what gear do you have on her to make her be so good. My gear is not good. My gear is far from good, but that's why I'm even more impressed. So let's get to showing her off a little bit. Now I'm going to show her with the people that I had originally before I started getting some other characters that affected, well, doing a little bit better in campaign. We're just in hard campaign right now. I'm not pushing too crazy, but we're progressing. So I want to show, okay, I did 3-star with some other people, but I wanted to, I realized I had a healer and I wanted to take her out. I just wanted to, we all don't start off with Space. Sure, day 7 you get her, but what if you're before day 7? I noticed before I got Space especially, I really, really, really loved using Reliant in everything. Everyone else would die because they're a little bit squishy, right? And her survivability, because she's defense based, just allowed for me to keep her going and keep progressing when I got stuck in some really silly places. I mean, my account's getting better. I added stats to my talent trees. So that is affecting some survivability here and everything. And just overall, everyone's getting a little bit better. I'm getting better gear. So it doesn't have quite the impact it did when I first started playing and noticed her value. But so you still see the point here. See how low everyone's health is getting. We don't have a good healer. That might be an issue. But she just doesn't die. Like her health just stays up so high. And that's so helpful for grinding out any sort of like dungeon or the dungeon waves, especially the boss, especially. She just solos off a boss when everyone else starts dying. But this campaign stuff as well. It's really helpful. So until today, these are the only two I had starred. So I think well, yesterday I was really bad. I did Lester as well. Again, my awakenings, I've been bad, but I started off trying to I was gonna focus the legendary, right? I was gonna focus Nid, but I think just based on my success of her survivability, I really just want to keep on focusing her. I just think she's fun. I think she's a great character. I know it sounds silly to be like, oh, but she's just she's an epic. There's better versions of her. But her survivability alone makes it so much easier. I do have one leech set on her, like I showed. And I do have leech set on him too, but he ain't staying alive. He's a squishy attack champion, right? He's a squishy attack-based champion, which is a lot harder to keep alive. And look at her. She's just not dying, right? She's not dying. I mean, she is eventually, right? Kidding, not kidding. And oh my goodness, my overlay is off. It's fine. We're cutting off the E of infinite Magicraid. It's fine. But yeah, everyone else can die and she can just solo and finish off a boss. This is what I'm liking about her. The survivability is just there. It seems hard to kill her, doesn't it? It just seems hard to kill her. So even my legendaries that you think, oh, maybe it would leech on them, it's enough to have them heal back up, but it's really hard to get the crit rate early on. It's really hard to really pump out some damage and actually be able to heal up really big as well. But we do love the leech gear, and I have one set on her, but even I actually didn't have one set on her at first. I didn't even have any leech on her at first, and she's still, just because she's easy to build tanky and has that shield, still had no trouble keeping her going. So she's just a really great option to kind of easy to build. You're probably going to get dupes of her because he's just an epic. And she's defense based. And so you can focus your strong attack champions that might be better for like arena, all the PvP stuff. You can focus all your really strong attack gear on those people and save the defense based gear for her. And this was a day or two later. I wanted to cut it and show you guys why I'm actually using her in arena too. I mean, I kind of have to. She's my main champion at this stage of the game. But damn, like she's actually really holding her own in my arena battles. She's not nuking super hard. I'm still working to get her crit rate up. I really need some better accessories with crit rate as the main stat for the one, which I can't seem to get. But she's able to actually help finish off some arena battles that feels so lost for me. And I didn't expect this. So I did get her up a little bit higher. You could see her levels higher than when I recorded the other parts of this video. But I have started actually grinding the game really hard. Like I said, I played the game 14 days of slacking, honestly. And now I'm pushing hard. So I'm going to really ramp up some content. You'll notice that. And look at her just go, go, go and totally save this arena battle that probably should have been a loss. I am really, really loving this about her, and I can't wait to keep using her. And I know I'm not pushing super high on the content yet, but that's the whole point. I want to showcase that she has value early game to make it worth really investing in her. And will she fall off endgame eventually for me? Maybe. But I'd rather have someone that helps me get to the endgame easier and not have so much trouble with survivability and all these squishy attack champions, and use someone great like Reliant. So just keep her in mind, guys. I know this is not meant to be a proper champion showcase. Let's put the perfect gear on her. Let me show you my talent tree that's maxed out. let me show you her emblems just being all full, which they're not. Now she's awakened too. I can add more to those. Like, actually, I kind of forgot about that. But I just have her in some okay gear. I have the rest of my champions just in okay early game gear. And that is the whole point. That's the whole point. Now I can actually add more here. I'm excited. But I started working on her emblems. I might have... There's some debates about which way I go there, but I'm going to try to actually push some damage out of her too so we can grind our content faster. But I think she's a really great option to either solo content or to finish off a boss on her own after the other people help get you through the waves. I just think she's a great option for this, and I hope that people stop underestimating her and actually showcase her well. And I hope you guys appreciated this little mini guide and also understand I'm still early game myself, so obviously my stats aren't perfect, my gear's not perfect. I do come from Raid Shadow Legends. I've played Awakened Chaos Era, Near Reincarnation, Eternal Evolution. I'm used to all these gacha games now, and I do like intend to crit cap her and do all the right things, but I don't have the gear for all that yet. Neither do you guys that are probably watching this video. That's the whole point. I think she's underrated for early game progression, and maybe she will still have a spot in my late game progression. We'll see. But I'm going to fully invest in her, guys, so stay tuned. Once I fully max her out, I'll probably do an updated guide and kind of show you where I'm at on my account and see what we can really do with her specifically once I get better gear, get her to 5, and max out her exclusive weapon as well. So maybe we'll have a little comparison and do some super endgame stuff with her once I get her there and once I get myself there. But that's going to be a while. But I'll at least try to show the step in between of getting her maxed out to the best of my ability when that happens. And we'll take another look, diving deep into using her. And yeah, maybe I at least made some of you reconsider just using her as food. So hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to try to do little showcases on what I'm using on my account as I progress. I've already made some really stupid new mistakes that I am very aware of, so don't worry, I'm going to be better. And I will make sure I make some videos on those mistakes as well so you don't make them too. But it's hard to get into a new game and not be overly excited and just want to do all the things really, really fast and level up people and get a new object and be like, ooh, this one looks fun, ooh, this one looks fun. Am I right? So I've got to refocus, and my refocus is going to be on this lovely lady right here. So agree or disagree, I don't care. I'm going to take her to Awaken level 5 and see what she can do, see how far she could help me push my content, and I'll make sure I document some of that along the way. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.